But first and foremost, Zeka looking at his signature Akali. Don't know the mid matchup yet, but we know he's confident on this pick. And I think if you go Akali and Bessa, you just have that dive-focused composition. We really need to see what BDD can pick here, because I think Victor just makes no sense here. You're just going to be a target. And again, it's been not an ideal pick in the LCK recently. He just hasn't really found a ton of success.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, Galio definitely is tanky, can taunt people as they come in, does pretty well into Akali. And
yeah,
so that's just going to be the neutralizing pick.
I often like Galio when you have setup for it, but that doesn't really exist here. But I think when HLE's composition is so geared towards diving in on you,
they're probably going to get anyway, unless something goes disastrously wrong. Kind of like that Justice Punch into midair. And now BDD doesn't have another ability.
You know, normally we so often see the Akali into matchups where she just has to weather the storm, take a beating, and survive. Having a fun time into this Galio. And if BDD does misstep, he will get punished pretty heavily here.
And I say that,
interrupted, it's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, it will be interrupted at the very least. Gets the flash on top of it.
So often we see with the Akalis is like the last thing they'll do when they're clearing a wave is use a shuriken to kill a minion. And I imagine
exhaust already.
With a Zyrakan. I mean, one thing with Rakan,
they're just going for the kill. Flash forward. Gio picks up first blood just like that.
I think it's pretty good for HLE because KT burned more summoners there, and we'll hold that thought.
Okay, well, I don't know what to say about
that. That was a misclick, I think. Scuttle Crab that they could try and contest to get level 6, though. Gio is a bit low on mana.
Kind of cancel the auto, and now we got Cuz down on the bottom side. They're looking for Gio is super low, but the Galio does come in. That's still a kill. Over to Guma onto Gio, but now trying to follow up here, getting very close to the taunt, just barely clips Guma, but the damage not quite there. Finally gets it with the Winds of War. And now Kanavi trying to follow up on this one as we have Zek on the roam. Trying to come on down to the bottom lane. So many low health bars here. Very nice fire kick, but the follow-up from the rest of the team is huge as HLE will pick up 2 and make it 3. Triple for Zeka from the mid lane.
Nothing left, no cooldowns.
And he says
3 kills.
As well. Always got to be careful about dives, though, when there's a Galio on the enemy team, and Cuz is right here. This is going to be a 4v4 if HLE want to take it, as already some damage goes into bluffing, but now the charm comes in, and the Galio is right there from the mid lane, and they're totally fine with that. As in goes Zeka, the taunt is down, and they don't have a good answer. The fire kick actually going to hit Zeka. He doesn't want to dive into 4 people by himself, so he is going to back away.
And I think that's the reasoning.
Some red health bars. Trying to get on top of Cuz here. Going to throw in a Vi ultimate. Effort is right here. And Cuz does not have his ult. As now the 3-man taunt is going to come in. But BDD's just trying to peel for the team, essentially, and try to get Cuz out of there. As now they're going back in. Just trying to survive barely. As Zeka will pick up the kill. And that will be his 4th of the game.
It's far behind already. Just does not feel comfortable.
Cuz alone in the jungle. Rotations are coming up, and he is going to throw down the subjugation, going to make him much more difficult to take down as he survives for an incredible amount of time. But eventually, it will be enough. And in order to avoid the dive, Perfect threw down the equalizer, but now he's getting Gove anyway, as there's 4 people going in and bluffing, barely going to get away, as they pick up 2.
Yost gets out of range in time. Did have his flash, though.
We're going to have a Trundle in trouble again, and really no way for him to get out. No flash, no subjugate this time. Melio's there, didn't matter.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Oh, perfect. He's in a lot of trouble here. Zeka goes in. It's an easy kill for him. Uses the R2 to get out. None of that area. Actually, nothing on the map is yours. Maybe the fountain, I guess.
You know, Zeka made some sick Akali plays in the past, but this one just felt so nonchalant, just like...
When you're ahead, it's like, wow, they have so much control. They're outplaying their opponents. It looks amazing. And, yeah, they certainly are doing that here from very far ahead, even when they weren't that far ahead.
Next to the rafters. Keeps going for it. Oh, they're looking here for Zeus.
It's got a lot of dashes, but there's the harpoon and a very nice equalizer. Going to catch Zeus even after the flash. And there's another harpoon, as I think that's enough. The flash on it with the super mega fire kick is enough.
Okay.
And they give the kill over to Jiu. So big props to
camping
KT.
in the brush again. Navi's approaching.
Yeah, I think Kanavi's like, yeah, I just kind of want to end this game. So let's take this bush back.
They double control warded it. Oh, but it's dead. And they have a new control ward back in the brush.
But it's not fair. Jin, or not Jin, Trundle and Lucian are so good at taking down wards.
That's why they drafted
like,
this.
I'm going to engage, okay? They are going to go in, as now the Ambassador just piles over the top, and BDD's like, I am zoning everyone! I'm doing a great job of it! Oh wait, I'm dead! He does flash away, and the wallets are just so gigantic, guys, that they really can just put their face in it and end the game.
They just charge at them. You know, Kanavi ults into 4 people, and they just press all their buttons and win. They were really far ahead. And I think the worst thing of all for KT is they lost that ward in the brush. So,
yeah.
Perfect TPs for the shield and just dies. This was a very dominant, very convincing win from HLE. KT, there was a couple of minutes where they were in it. There was a couple of times they got that control ward back in the brush. But other than that, they just didn't really have anything.
Bluffing, just standing there throwing emotes at the enemy team.